You have to grab life by the tits and squeeze.
Boogaholics, welcome back to another
What
episode.
up?
What?
Keep going.
God, every time you do that.
Ad-libs.
Every time.
Ad-libs.
You don't need ad-libs for 3 seconds in when I'm saying what's up to the people.
Migos do it.
Yeah, because Migos are successful.
All right.
Because they just make a bunch of random sounds.
All right, fuck
You don't
off.
got to do that, Garrett. You want to know why? Because I put it in for an hour. So now when you dickheads don't touch the computer, it doesn't black out. So I got to get up to touch it with my fingerprint and shit.
Yeah, that's money off your pay now.
Real quick, the crew's in here. We got Fairy Tale to my left. Your guys is right. We got Garrett on the side over there looking handsome.
Patter.
Cody Ray in the back. We got Evan on the side right here. Welcome back to the crew.
Big F finally back. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And guys, before we start this episode, we got to let you guys know where you can find the most comfortable clothing for your gym, for the bars, for the hookups, and everywhere else you need them. Vantage Athletic. Guys, we wear the uniforms all the time. You got the pants, you got the goddamn shirts, you got the hats. And you know what? I feel so confident when I go to the gym.
Me too.
I've been getting gains lately, guys.
Right?
My muscles? Yeah, Evan, I know you're a big guy over there, but look at these muscles, all right? You want to know why I got these? Vantage. Not even the
Slinging
gym.
mail,
You put on a
cuz.
Vantage t-shirt, you get strong as hell from that. Guys,
Tell 'em.
at VantageAthletic.com,
Hit
use
it.
the promo code Boogered Up. You can get 10% off on your clothing. It's comfortable, and you guys will appreciate that fucking extra touch that they put into their clothing.
Take advantage of that Vantage promo code.
Ah, boom. But guys, we have a very, very, very special guest for you guys tonight. Man, what are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself by the end of this intro.
I know, it's all bone.
You got no meat on that leg.
Hell no.
And I wrote a very nice thing that I want to read from word to word, so I'm going to go look up here real quick for you guys.
Yuck. Ooh.
We have a very special guest on tonight, former NFL player with not one, but 2 Super Bowl appearances. College Football Hall of Fame class of 1991. You may have seen him on Hill Street Blues. But we got a pretty good idea that everybody who is watching and listening to the Boogered Up podcast has seen this man on Blue Mountain State playing one of the best coaches of all time, Coach Marty Daniels, a.k.a. Boogaholics. Welcome, Ed Marinaro. Did I pronounce that right, boys? Am I already kicked off? Am I fired?
Great to be here, guys. Great to be here.
Awesome. Ed, did I pronounce that right? You kind of taught me.
You did a good job. Way to go.
Shut up.
Coach told me I did good, guys. Welcome to the
30 laps.
Welcome to the Boogered Up podcast, Ed. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I live down in Charleston, South Carolina. A
Ooh.
little warm down here right now, but life is good. Just had a wonderful dinner with my wife and drinking a little rosé. It's the rosé season, so life is good right now.
So you're saying you're enjoying yourself. You got a whole lot of papers back there. You look like you're a little busy there as well.
Yeah, this is my wife's office. I don't have a desktop computer.
Oh,
So
that's
we got all
okay.
kinds of- if you saw the other side of the wall, it's all pictures of my son. I got a son who's just finished his freshman year at Cornell, plays football. He's a stud.
Following Dad's footsteps. I love it.
Yeah, so he's home. He's working right now, but this is a bit of an homage to him. You can't see it, but he's a stud. He's a stud.
Is it better than you back in the day?
Please.
He said, please. I love
Please.
it.
You know what? It's obviously it's a different generation, but his,
Right.
he's probably a better well, I shouldn't say. He played 3 sports in high school. He made honors in football, basketball, and he was a really great lacrosse player. He probably could have played college lacrosse, but we're just focusing on football at Cornell. It's pretty demanding academically, so the football season takes enough of his time and his commitment. So he's going to enjoy the season, the off season.
Oh, I bet.
Hell yeah. Is he starting out there as a freshman?
You know what? He was really doing well, and then he unfortunately he tore his labrum in his shoulder. Scored a touchdown. So
at least he did it for the right reason.
Surgery in January, and he's been rehabbing. He's still doing a little, physical therapy on his shoulder, but he'll be ready to go come August, and I think he's gonna be a factor. He's a really good athlete. It's my son. Obviously, I'm prejudiced, but he can. He was a quarterback in high school, and he can catch the ball. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. So I'm excited to see how he does. And he's only going to be a sophomore, and because he got hurt, he got an extra year of eligibility. In the
Already
IB,
red shirt.
So
Nice.
he's got 4 more years if he chooses to.
Right.
So,
We just had our guy on the side you met beforehand, Evan. He just looked him up, and he gave us quite the big eyes. He goes, yeah. So I think he passed the test over there. Our man Evan played college football as well.
Not as good looking as you, but he might be a better athlete at the end of the day. You will never know.
Oh, he's already predicting. He said potentially. He said there's potential there.
yeah,
I love that.
He's a good looking kid too. He's got all the girls.
Like father, like son.
He should have
Like
went to
father,
Blue.
like son.
He should have went to Blue Mountain State.
What you're saying is if your son showed up to Blue Mountain State, there would be a problem.
Yeah, I think so. He would be the big man on campus. But,
Oh.
he's a good kid. Doesn't listen to anything I have to say, but that's sort of typical of a 19 to 20-year-old boy with his
Oh, yeah.
dad. So it's challenging at times. I have to keep reminding him.
Yeah, I mean,
Eddie,
you've been.
You really haven't made first string on the varsity, and I'm in the College Football Hall of Fame. I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you kind of have some acknowledge in your
Some accolades.
book, a little bit. You've walked the walk a little bit.
First ever running back to rush for 4,000
Well,
yards.
we all have dads, and
College.
your dad doesn't start to make any sense until you get a little older. But it's a process, and you have to kind of accept that someday, as long as I can stay alive long enough.
Oh Lord.
Anyway,
Getting yourself in a little bit of trouble over there, Ed?
no, I'm I got a good life here. I'm
Good.
an avid golfer. I like to fish.
Oh, yeah.
I
Big
work,
golfers here.
What are you shooting on 18, Ed?
I want to work, and so that's it's good. I got a pretty good life, but I've earned it. I worked hard for many years, and committed
What are you
myself
shooting
to
on a What are you shooting on an
couple different
18?
Professions.
What are you shooting on 18, Ed?
Oh God, I'm probably in the mid 80s.
Ooh. He's dabbling fairly well.
I used to hit the ball a long way. Now I don't. I got to rely on my skill and being able to chip and putt. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
game now.
You got the 150 straight drive every time.
No, a little more than that. Come on.
He said, "Come on now, come on."
I'm not dead yet.
Put some respect to my name. I love it. But speaking of your accolades, I mean, Nick, if you want to go with this, you were pretty good on the research of Ed. You were very excited.
Yeah. So I noticed you were drafted. What was that feeling like getting the phone call that you're being drafted to the NFL? Because not a lot of people get that phone call. It's very slim to none, honestly.
Well, I know you guys know a little bit about what happened in this year's NFL draft.
What happened? What happened this year?
Anyway, it was it's an extravaganza now. I mean, there had to be 50,000 people in Vegas watching this draft. I mean, it was incredible. It was overwhelming. It was like I felt like the Pope when I walked out there. The crowd just was endless.
Holy heaven! Was that in
And
Cleveland?
when I was drafted, I was like I said in my little kind of repartee during the when I was up there at the draft. I was sitting in my apartment at Cornell and waiting for a phone call. I had my college roommate there, my college girlfriend, just waiting for the phone to ring. And it rang, and the general manager of the Vikings, Jim Finks, said, "Hey, congratulations, you're a Minnesota Viking." And that was pretty much it. No hoopla, no nothing. I mean, I didn't even know who I called my parents and told them that, but it was nothing like it is today. So it was. So I think kind of maybe took advantage of that when I was at the draft and tried to have a little, be a little retrospective and share with the people out there, what it was like back in, 50 years ago. Because one of the reasons I think that they asked me to do this for the Vikings, it was 50 years ago that I was drafted. So 50 years, I guess, had a certain amount of significance to these people, and they, they invited me. But, they had to know that, I've been in show business for 40 years, so I wasn't going to let the opportunity in front of like 50,000 people to not take advantage of it and have a little fun.
Hell yeah!
For the most part, look, I'm not a big social media person. I dabble a little bit, in Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. But this was the first time I guess I felt the wrath of these basement dwellers on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Who really went after me because I took 3 minutes to do my little shtick, if you will.
I think everybody in this room can agree that 3 minutes was a great 3 minutes. I don't think anybody in this room had a problem with you up there.
Yeah, you should have told him eat your shorts, Ed.
And I know that. I mean, for the most part, most of the response I got from people on social media was positive. But, you guys, that's your thing now. But, I'm not used to being attacked, even if it's by a few people. And kind of that's a whole different subject. But I think that's what happens to a lot of younger people, particularly young athletes on social media, who get smoke blown up their butts all the time. And that's what they like to hear. And all it takes is one, dickhead to, say something bad about them, and they
super disrespectful.
Go in the toilet.
Right.
And I kind of related to that because instead of thinking about all the positive things that were said to me about my draft appearance, I kind of just sort of remember the really nasty ones. They called me an old fuck and shut the hell up, and it was kind of like, whoa, man. Get a life,
right.
Just, who are these people that are going after me? You get kind of defensive. But anyway, it was an interesting experience. I had a good time. I had never watched the NFL draft in 30 years. I had no idea what the procedure was.
Okay.
In fact, I asked these people, I was backstage, and I asked all these, NFL minions who were running around with earphones on. And
Great reference to the movie coming out.
I grabbed them and I said, "What do I do?" I said, "Do I get something? Are you going to give me something?" They go, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a little card and you read the draft." I said, "Do I say anything?" And they said, "Yeah, go ahead and say something." I said, and I remember saying to this girl, "Can I have some fun?" They go, "Oh yeah, having fun." So I went out there, and I got to tell you, it was overwhelming. I've been in front of a lot of people, but I don't think I've ever been in front of as many people. It was like overwhelming, and I've been doing this for a long time. The crowd went as far as you could see. It was like I was at Woodstock. You guys are too young to remember Woodstock. But it was like I was at a rock concert. It was incredible.
No.
And it went forever. And I went out there and I went, "Oh, wow. This is so cool. I'm going to have some fun with this shit."
Everything that you had planned in your head was just thrown out the window as soon as you saw the sea of people and you go, "Fuck it, let's have fun."
No, I just said, this is cool. This is cool. And, with all due respect, there were a lot of Blue Mountain State fans out there, and when I made reference to Blue Mountain State, they, all these.
Oh,
crazy.
You heard on the TV. You heard everybody as soon as you said "Go Goats." Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" He said "Go Goats."
Absolutely. And this girl comes out, and she,
I've seen.
No one told me I had like 60 seconds to do this thing. No one told me anything. again, and I was,
You weren't informed at all that you had a time limit at all?
I had no idea. I'm sitting there. I'm drinking.
That's
I'm
their
drinking
fault. Then.
IPAs in
Right.
the green room, hanging out with Marcus Allen and Barry
Oh,
Sanders.
were you a little
Larry
boogered?
Zonka.
Did you get a little boogered?
And then they tell me I got to go out there. Well, this is interesting. A little sideline. When I got there, they tell me that I'm going to be the second guy to
Okay.
go. Okay. Now, before that, they brought all of us out for the crowd to see who we were. It was everybody who was going to be a presenter for the second round of the draft. We all go out there. That's when I looked at this crowd. I went, whoa, this is amazing. Then we go back inside, and they start the whole thing, and they tell me, you're going to be second. You're going to be the second person to go out and announce the draft. So I go, cool. So 10 minutes later, my son, who's watching this thing, texts my wife and says, the Vikings just traded their draft pick. Dad's not going to go out there now. So they come in and go, they traded their draft pick. You're not going to go for an hour. So I go, okay, that's fine. And so I go, I sit down, have a couple of IPAs, bullshit with everybody. Then they come back and they go, they traded their draft pick again. You got to go out there now. And it was like 20 minutes later. So that's when I go out there and, and again, I was overwhelmed by this crowd. And I timed it, which was sort of sick of me to feel like I had to time it, but just to validate the fact that I didn't, I wasn't like taking up like whatever.
Right.
So it was like three minutes, and the girl comes out and she sort of like gestures, read the card. I go, whoa, Jesus! I was having a little fun. And she's all like, again, no one told me I had a time limit. So
Right.
Anyway, I go back inside, and my wife is there. And, I said, boy, that was fun, man. That was fun. And then the reaction I got was like, I was really surprised. I never expected it to get to be, like some people were really offended. Most people said that was fun. I changed, and, I made it, just perked up the whole thing a little bit. But it was an experience. I'll be interested to see if they invite me back again. But
I think it might be a running joke now if they do to just be like, all right, Ed, go out there for 3 minutes and just take as much time as you want when everybody else is just going to get in there and say like, hey, my name is Ron and the Cincinnati Bengals select blank. And then they walk off. Ed goes up and Ed's like, all right, the main event's here. Here comes 5 minutes. So let's have fun.
Fuck yeah, I'm with it.
Well, you know what? That I really, again, had I even taken any time to watch what the other people were doing, I might have done that. But I've been in show business for 45 years.
No, you got nothing to apologize for. You enjoyed your time and you did a splendid job.
It was good. I got to see some old friends, and they flew me to Vegas, me and my wife, and I got to eat for free for 2 days. It was great.
Yep,
Heck yeah, you can't
that's
beat
a flex
that.
right there.
That's on them for not telling you had a time limit, man. That's them. They were unprofessional.
You know what? It's over, babe.
I love it. I love that. So yeah, we want to talk more into it. How was it playing in a Super Bowl? You want to talk about pressure. You played in not one but 2 Super Bowls. So how was those Super Bowl appearances for you? How did they turn out? And what did you do anything in the game? Did you have fun?
Have fun.
Yeah, you got to remember that. What are they? Super Bowl 54.
Something
I played
like that.
in Super Bowl 8 and 9. So
Everybody in this room, I know you can't see the other people in here. Everybody just turned their heads slowly and looked at me, and he said 8 and 9.
I played in the last 2 Super Bowls that were single digit. So that's my claim to fame. No, it was a relatively new game. It was still a big deal to get to doing it. The biggest deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
We
100%.
got playoff money. and none of us were making a whole lot of dough. So, getting to the Super Bowl meant you won your conference championship, you won your division championship, and then you got to go to the Super Bowl, and all those were like you made more money, which was a big deal because none of us were making like what they make today. I make for losing the Super Bowl, I made $7,500. The winner got $15,000.
That's a lot of money back then.
For winning the NFC Championship, I got $8,500. And for getting to win on our division, I think I got a game check, which is, basically what you would normally get for whatever your salary is. We played 14 games, divided into 14. Boom, that's what you got for the first playoff game. So, I wasn't making a lot of money, so that was kind of a big deal. It almost, equaled my salary.
Right.
Now, I just searched it online not long ago. They make $150,000 to just get into the Super Bowl.
Holy shit!
That's a
I
lot
didn't
of
make
fucking money.
$150,000 in my whole career. So that was kind of a big deal. To put it in perspective, if I remember correctly, the halftime entertainment was the Tulane marching band. So
Holy shit!
We didn't have Justin Timberlake and
Hell yeah, dude!
Michael Jackson. It was like no one even gave a crap about.
They didn't even think about having a halftime show worth something at that time. Wow.
So,
man, you really got some
obviously
time on you.
A different time, a different game. But, I'm lucky that I got to play in I could tell people today that I played in 2 Super Bowls, but it was nothing like it is now. I mean, now it's like an international event. And, but I got 2 Super Bowl rings, 2 NFC championship rings.
Hey,
Nice.
Shit, when you're talking about Super Bowls, money don't matter at that point. You're playing on the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, you can. All you have to do is inform somebody that you played in the Super Bowl, and everybody's ears perks up, and they go, "Wait, you did what?" There's only
It's gotten me a lot of free drinks over the years.
Yeah.
Hey, that's worth it. That's worth it.
That's what we like.
So what you're saying is you got like seven.
You bang your ring on the bar and go, barkeep. They go, what the hell is that?
I mean, it has a different ring to it. But what you're saying is you got $7,500 for the Super Bowl appearance. But if you equal out the money for the drinks that you got for that, you're looking at probably around roughly, I'd say $10K at least by now.
Hey, that's when beers were $1.50. So.
Oh man,
Goodness, I wish.
I wish.
They're not that anymore. Trust me, we're going up on hard times right now. Thieves, those things are running at like $3 a pop just for a Bud Light. I love
You know what? I was when I was in college, I was the Columbus, Ohio Touchdown Club Player of the Year.
Really?
You guys are in Ohio. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
That
when-
hits
that's
us a
when
little close
you
to heart.
guys are
Yeah, I
way
like
too
that.
young to remember, that's when Woody Hayes was the coach, and
We got a big Buckeye
Rex
fan
Carter
over here,
was
so he got pretty excited you said that name.
yeah, that was when Ohio State. That was a great time for Ohio State football. They had Jack Tatum, Rex Kern, Jim Stillwagon. They were really good. But anyway, I was player of the year.
Evan, you can talk.
Columbus
He's over.
Touchdown.
We got
I'm
we
just
got
letting him
Evan over
rant.
there, just excited as hell. You're saying
Over
all these
stiffed
names.
up,
He's
he's
just
giving me-
smiling. Just
I wasn't even thought of when these names were big, but I know
You
every
know
every
who
bit
the
of them.
MCs were for that? And again, I don't know. I'm even telling you guys this, but the MCs for that Columbus Touchdown Club was Don Meredith and Howard Cosell. Do you remember? Don Meredith. They did Monday Night Football. They started Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they made
Okay.
Monday Night Football. Howard Cosell was this, crazy guy who never played sports in his life, but he was. You got to look him up. He's a legend. Howard Cosell. And he
We'll
did
definitely
it
have
with
to-
Andy Don Meredith, who was a former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And they became like the hottest ticket in football. And
Off of that team there.
they were going around the country. It was my senior in college, and they were going around doing, probably making, a little bit of dough, being MCs at all these college football and all these events. But I remember, that's what I remember, those guys. They were really cool guys.
Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, do you have any fun stories regarding your times there in the leagues? With, going to the Super Bowls and that nature? You got any fun stories that you can share of that?
No.
No, it was pretty boring time.
You know what? It was just, a different era. I was, playing in Minnesota. That was I had a great time. I was there for 4 years, but it was kind of the last place that I wanted to go to.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
When it was drafted.
we're actually going to be heading there when this episode drops on Friday. We'll be on a plane to Minnesota.
Where are you going?
Pine City.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna drop the information fully at the end of this episode. We're gonna be partnering up with another.
I love Minnesota. It turned out to be a great place. I made so many great friends. But I played in 2 of the 10 coldest games in NFL history.
That sounds fucking
That's
horrible.
fucking awesome.
It was not fun. It was 35 below zero.
What the?
It was back-to-back games in Minneapolis. We played the Chicago Bears, and then we played the Green Bay Packers in Minnesota, 35 below zero. And Bud Grant, who was my Hall of Fame coach, did not allow heaters on the sideline.
Oh, what a prick.
Yeah, Jesus.
You see these guys today, they got these benches that are heated, and the other team had heaters. We didn't. And we were I played in this old stadium, Metropolitan Stadium, and both teams were on the same sidelines, and we could look down the sideline, and you see these teams, they had these big heaters. You could see the heat coming off, and all the guys were standing there. They were like laughing at us because we're standing there freezing our asses off.
I'd be pissed.
Did you kick their ass?
We beat the Bears, but we lost to the Packers. It was
Hey,
my
fuck
rookie
it.
year. But it was
Yeah, fuck the Bears.
really
Fuck
sucked
the
when-
Packers.
when you weren't playing. And they told you to go in the game, like in the middle of the second quarter, you've been standing there, freeze your balls off, and then they tell you to go in there. Your hands are numb, your feet are numb, you can't even move. Then you go in there on a kickoff return, where you have to block some big old second-string center who's covering kickoffs, and it was
One little bit of contact, and it's like you're a frozen man that just crumbled.
your body went into like a frozen spasm when you hit somebody. It was.
God damn, that sounds horrible. Yeah, I would definitely not be a fan of doing that. I get low blood circulation in my hands, so I probably would have been crying after like 4 minutes on that field. I would have been like, dude, can I just go home? I'll take my check for the game. I'll go home.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
man.
it was not fun, and yeah, I kind of knew that when I went to Minnesota. I knew that it would be cold at some point, but
Right.
nothing like that. It was sort of unfair and uncivilized. Now they play in a dome.
Where were you born? Where were you born and raised? Where were you out of?
I grew up in New Jersey and New York, and Cornell is upstate New York, so I knew about cold weather because it got
Right.
really cold up there. But I never had to play games in that cold weather. We're usually done right before Thanksgiving, so I lived up there, went to college, went to class there. It was cold, but I never had to play in that kind of weather. So.
Right. Did you and your teammates, you guys ever just snap each other in the locker room after a loss or a win, Like there was nothing else to do. You guys just ever wha-pow, wha-pow.
He's talking about without clothes on. Like,
Yeah,
little
little
pre-shower
this,
snapping.
Pre-shower snapping, I guess is what you call it. Pew!
Are you implying that we were gay back then? Is that
No, I'm just asking, if you just ever gave anybody a little love tap.
Of course we did. We had fun. We had great teammates. It was it was a different mentality back then. The guys were
so happy.
Yeah,
so
I
happy
did that.
He said, yeah. He goes, oh yeah.
I used to do that in the locker room with my buddies for hockey, and I snapped my buddy the one time, and I watched it split his shoulder open, and he started bleeding.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. I was just like, oh my god. I put some power behind it though.
That fucking sounds like it. What the fuck?
Look at this. Huge.
We had guys. Remember when I was there, we had guys who were 22 and we had guys who were 32.
Oh yeah.
The older guys were not snapping each other's asses with towels back then.
Ah, damn
Oh
it.
man, I would have been. I'd be like, oh, pew.
Well, I think everybody in this room and on the computer understands that you would have, Nick.
Nick
Yeah,
is
I'd be-
100% letting these Facebook
Nick's
guys
a
know
12-year
right now.
Nick's a 12-year vet in the NFL, and he's still walking around wheeling that bitch out just to wing it.
Come here, rookies, you fucks.
I'm not going to say I never did it, but
Oh, I'd be like,
I
come here,
love
Rook.
that.
Come here, Rook. You ain't paying for that rookie dinner.
Well, speaking of weird shit, we wanted to get everybody that's listening a good backlog on you, because there's a lot more to your character and story than just what I'm about to say next. Because you're talking Super Bowls, you're talking Heisman potential, you're talking
College Hall of Fame,
greatness and records on college football that people might not have know of, and the draft. I mean, everybody, if you hadn't seen the draft, you got to watch the draft. It's a great video, but everybody here is like, oh my god, the thumbnail, holy shit, that's Coach Marty Daniels. How was it being a part of that cast on Blue Mountain State as the coach?
It was it was interesting. I've been doing this. I've been in Hollywood, entertainment business, acting for a long time, and I've done a lot of good stuff, done a bunch of movies and several TV series.
Right.
But to be at this stage in my career, and be at my age, to do a show that kind of resonated with guys like you has really kind of been fun. Because I get everywhere I go, and I did that show 10 years ago.
Yep.
And when it was first on, it was like once a week on Spike TV.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
It was on for 3 seasons, and it had its following. It took a little time, but then what really kind of created this cultish kind of situation was when it went to Netflix. And it was on Netflix for 4 years. And that's when it was introduced to a whole different generation of younger kids who were too young to watch it when it was on.
Fuck yeah, we were.
Hell yeah, we were.
Well, that's what happened. And when you had the ability to binge watch it,
Yep.
it created an audience. Now, the fans of that show today are probably, my son's friends, they know about it, and they're like 18, 19, 20 years old. And then I got guys who are, 32, 33 years old who watched it 10 years ago when they were in college. And, it's sort of like, I always say, it's your generation's Seinfeld. I watch Seinfeld, I watch every episode. These kids, I mean, everywhere I go to airports, and I got, these guys coming up to me and go, Coach Marty,
Dude, I love that comparison. That's so funny.
That's so good.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be somewhat relevant with that demographic of guys, who really, but they all expect me to go into the bathroom and do coke with them. But,
yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
So no more of that?
But you know what? It's really fun. I mean, makes me, kind of, I'm trying to,
his wife's home.
Can't really talk about it right now, but I'm working on getting Marty Daniels back on the sidelines.
Dude, I see it, and I said that beforehand.
Let me tell him. So Ed, we had Rob on the podcast not too long ago, Rob Ramsey, and I pitched him this crazy thing that we should do for Netflix. And I'm like, the old cast all comes back. You're the dean now, like the principal or the athletic director.
Hell yeah.
And then Alex Moran is quarterback coach, Harmon, special teams, Donnie's your assistant, and Thad is defensive coordinator.
And you guys just coach a whole bunch of degenerates.
Who's the head
We
coach?
have a little bit of a version of that, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's something, you know, that I'm, you know, we were all set to do another movie.
Yep, I remember this.
I mean, we were. I'm sure Rob told you we were. I mean, I was signed. I made my deal, and to be honest, the world changed. You know, became a little more woke, if you will.
I was just about to say,
my gosh.
we mentioned on there, and I wanted to ask you. Let's say 'cause there's some special TV shows that you just can't do anymore. And do you think that Blue Mountain State would pass in this culture to be a TV show out without restricting anything that you guys did and changing anything you guys did?
Know, I think one of the things that scared our producers, you know, the big studio was, you know, the Blue Mountain State was very farcical. And, you know, it was, and I just remember Thad putting his face in a bowl of cocaine.
You fucks.
Yeah.
It was funny in 2011, 12, 13, but then, you know, and understandably so, you know, with the opioid epidemic and, you know, kids were dying from doing drugs. It wasn't funny like it was back then.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big reason why, you know, they kind of backed away from it. And I just think it would be very funny today addressing the new world we live in and the new, you know, with the transfer portals and the
I was just about to say, there's a lot of
the likeness type thing. And
there's a lot of different things in college football, especially now that or college sports in general, but college football, there's a lot of different changes from that TV show. You're looking at athletes that are getting paid. And you're looking at, you know, transfer portal. You're looking at everything else on that nature that can really change up that TV show and make it more fun. You know, you could have Radon Randall come in and then go, you know, on a Nike deal real quick and pick up that from Blue Mountain State, X, Y, and Z. There's a lot of different fun stuff that you can have that's more relative to the new generation.
Absolutely. I think it's, you know, having to change the name of their mascot. You know, somebody would find goats offensive because it refers to something. So,
right.
I think, you know, there's a lot of fun stuff.
It would work. I mean, if
you know, make it a bit of a parody. And
the scene where the goat was hung.
You know, I'm kind of pursuing that. I'm trying to get sort of a consensus among the fan base there.
Right.
I remember when that movie came out.
We out there and say, who wants to see a Blue Mountain State revival, and just see the reaction.
Damn, I would imagine.
That would do absolutely.
I would imagine the
God.
uproar for that would be overwhelming for everybody in the cast as well to let you guys know that, like, hey, I mean, you said it everywhere you go. You know, you got random people calling your name Marty and shit. People probably don't even know your real fucking name. They just know Marty because of how big that show was to everybody as us as kids. We gutted that show. We really, truly loved it. And so these people that love you and everything that are hidden off, whenever they find out that, hey, here comes Blue Mountain State again, I'd imagine the uproar of that would be overwhelming for everybody. Even, like, you're looking at Thad. You're looking at Alan, who is making big, big movies now. If he was willing to be Thad again, I think he would even be overwhelmed with the love that he had as a character.
I remember when
he's moved on. He's doing great. You know, I saw him a few months ago.
Reacher.
I mean, you got to kind of just. It'd be hard to bring the old cast back together. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm probably the only one who you could make any sense of having, kind of bringing back the sensibilities of the show, recreate it during a different generation. It'd be Blue Mountain State. It'd be a tricky kind of sell, but I think
it's still Blue Mountain State is the college. So, you could definitely do that. And then you have, this team. You got the blue and orange, the football team coming in the locker room. Everybody's getting that sense of vibe. It's like, oh, it's Blue Mountain State. There's not the old cast. Everybody might be a little upset. And then here comes Coach Marty around the corner, where Deborah is still the wife. And he's like, holy shit.
Just imagine Coach Marty, who's been in self-imposed exile, just quit coaching, and some D3 school approaches him because they want to get a winning program. And you're talking about, like like Bad News Bears, him trying to make this D3 school into a powerhouse, and they make him coach the women's swim team. Because,
oh my God.
They don't do just one thing at a D3 school. You do many things.
I love this.
That's
really
I think
fun
it's
to
just
see
solid
him
right now.
like a fish out of water dealing with his, I went to
my
an
dick's
Ivy League
hard.
college. And, I just imagine what it'd be
Huge
like
cock.
to Lou Saban to have to go coach at Cornell, where nobody has scholarships. They don't have football scholarships. You get good players, but, you can't recruit the way you can. It would be funny.
I love that, dude. That's a great idea. So did we just get a little tease there, or is that you can't say anything further?
That was a little tease.
Oh, that was a tease, boys.
Well, you gotta-
look it up. That was a tease.
Making my dick hard.
Let
Jeez.
all you listeners know about it. And
Cow snapping.
tell them to follow me on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I got you. This cocksucker just dropped my beer on my foot.
What happened here? I just want to give you that, and it slid right through your hand.
No, right off the table.
Here, drink the summer shandy then.
No, he was about.
Drinking it?
I was
What's
going.
that?
No, that I'm talking to our Cody Ray behind you. He was gonna throw a bottle at him. Hold on.
About to throw a bottle at me.
What happens when you fumble at practice, Coach?
So we
That's been in there
doing
for
that
months.
show, Blue Mountain State, was really, 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 really fun.
I'll take that Bud Light.
Because we shot up in Canada. We did it up in Montreal,
Okay.
which is one of the great cities, fun cities you'll ever visit. Great food. It's very sexy. It's just a cool place.
I'm never allowed to go there.
We spent 3 summers, June, July, and August up there.
Yeah, we talked to Rob. We were gonna say that we can go up there and visit him because he's still up there in Canada.
And do his
Well,
bar crawl.
He's a Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, we were going to do the bar crawl kind of deal. Then we realized that 2 people, well, at that time we only had 3 people in the cast. Now we have 5. 2 out of the 3 could not go to Canada because of certain limitations. So it was only me that was able to go.
Sorry.
Are you able? Are you able?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
What's the liabilities? You criminal fucks?
Yeah, we criminals.
That's all right. Clear it
What,
off.
Convicted felons, or was that it?
I just got DUI.
Yeah,
One of them.
Yeah.
that's it. But hey,
Basically
man,
a
One of
felon.
them. The other
Basically
one-
a felon there.
The other one's got a DUI.
you guys faked it cocaine. We have a real one over here.
Holy shit! No, he did not.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Not at that time. No, that's fun. So he said that you guys had it up there and shit, and you guys had some good times. I wanted to ask you personally, what were your favorite moments shooting that? Because it seemed as if, like, outside of us being young, watching that TV show, interviewing Rob and getting more of the background story of it, we kind of realized that you guys had a really good connection from the whole cast. That you guys were able to like bond together and such. I didn't know if you were a part of that with the players and any fun stories that you had that maybe some people don't know.
Well, obviously, I was the senior member of the cast, but we still, when you do anything on location, everybody's sort of in the same situation. They're away from home, so we tended to kind of hang out together. But it was just it was really kind of exciting and fun. we went. You know, I would cook for everybody. They'd come to my apartment. And, you know, it was just in the summertime. We did some really fun stuff, and you know, my favorite part of doing the show was that I got to make out with Denise Richards.
Hey,
Yes.
That's an invitation, Evan.
Let me tell you something. You know, when you get to be at this stage in your career that I am, you know, and you get cast in roles, they oftentimes cast you with women of your age, but I've been very lucky. And I always brag about the fact that my last wife on television was Denise Richards.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
She is a hottie and fun to work with, and really, you know, just a cool woman. And we had fun.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. No,
Yeah.
you guys definitely had quite some scenes on there, to say the least. And so did
you
she.
know what? We had a lot of really, really hot girls working on the show. You know, they would,
Did you? We didn't know.
Yeah, could have fooled me.
No, if you look at the extras, you know, all the cheerleaders there.
Oh yeah. They got very little.
It was hard for me.
Show us your knockers.
That got me through
Oh
puberty.
my god, that scene was so goddamn funny. That was the opening to one of the episodes. Was Thad was on the top, was just show me your knockers. God, that was so good.
You guys
show
are
got
all
me through
probably like
puberty.
that the whole episode.
I know. I think today they would look at that as a bit of a sexist kind of.
Yeah,
Oh.
100%.
I think as a society, we've slowly lost our sense of humor, and
Yep.
that's kind of too bad. But you know what?
Not on Boogered Up, we haven't. We'll still laugh our asses off at the best show. Tell you that much.
I know. I get it. I'm glad. Yeah. So it was fun. You know, I still I did an autograph show a few months ago with Alan and Darren and Romansky and I'm drawing a blank.
You were at the autograph?
Sam Jones.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, take a sip of wine. That'll bring it right back.
There you go.
Yes.
I love that.
Anyway,
You guys, so did you guys? Rob informed us that all the alcohol on the set was fake, as well as the drugs. They were all there, certain different chemicals and such and whatnot that you can do, but not drugs. So we're not incriminating you guys. You guys ever go out and have some parties and such? You guys ever drink? Do you guys get off set and you guys got a little messed up, had a good time and such of that nature? Or was it all business for the most part?
what do you think?
I think as a Blue Mountain State cast, I think you guys are pretty.
Is that like a rhetorical question? Or?
Yes.
Yeah,
is
that was
exactly
trying to
what it
tee you
was.
up so then you could say, oh yeah, we got crushed. We got boogered up all the time.
That was the cool thing about working in Montreal, because most of us lived in the old port where all the bars and restaurants and nightlife. And, we'd work all day. Sometimes on the, like on a Friday, we'd work late. And we all had like our drivers who would take us home, and we'd all meet at like a restaurant or a bar, like at midnight, and, throw down a few pops, calm down, hanging out. It was really cool. I mean, it was one of the highlights of my acting career, getting to do that show and getting to shoot in Montreal. I mean, I can't speak enough about how
Goodness,
great
we gotta
Montreal
go.
is. It's a
The three boys can go. We'll definitely would. Us three goons will 100% go there, and we'll try and we'll meet up with Rob.
You can drive there. I mean,
It's like 8
just
hours.
It's a cool place. Great food, great bars,
They
and
filmed everything.
really, really hot chicks. I mean, the girls there are just really just great. On the extras that we had on the, I'm a married guy, but god damn it.
I'm a married man as well, so I tell you what.
I had to do scenes. I don't know if you remember the show where I had the stripper on my lap.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at me in the face, and I'm rehearsing this scene, and she's sitting on my lap. She's this young. She had to be like 21 years old. I'm this old fart, and I'm like going, "Are you okay with this?" And just relax. I was trying to, make her relax and everything. She was fine. I was the one who was nervous.
You were uncomfortable. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is
He's
happening
like,
right
don't
now.
get stiffed up.
It was fun. But they were all, those French Canadian girls, man. They're just earthy and, they're not stuck up and. It was fun.
Everybody in this room went, what are they? They're earthy. What does that mean?
I thought he said girthy. I was like, oh, Coach likes him thick.
Coach likes them thick. I love that. Speaking of that scene and such, I wanted to ask you: did you have any? Did you have a favorite scene on the TV show that you had with yourself included?
That's a hard one. I had so many. I mean, I had. When you're doing a comedy, okay. I've done tons of drama in my career. Real serious shit and stuff.
Yeah, he was on Days of Our Lives.
It is what it is. It's serious, and it's you got to be focused, and you kind of the material dictates the kind of the mood. But when you're doing comedy, you're just laughing all the time. I mean, and you've seen outtakes of people working and they break up laughing. And I mean, it was hysterical. Like Alan was fucking hysterical. I mean, he would do some shit, and he was he really took that role and made it into something that most actors would never do. I mean, I love Alan. Alan's somebody I, have a lot of great feelings toward. He's a good guy. But, if you read the script and you read the character breakdown, who this guy is, Thad Castle, he took that role and made it into he was the breakout character on the show. And that was all him. He let it all hang out, and the high-pitched voice, the choices he made as an actor,
The high-pitched voice.
were really incredible.
Yeah, there had to be some extra work that he put into that to have that scream, that iconic scream that he had on almost every episode. That was just ear pitching.
He was wonderful. He had a feel for comedy that was like, I'd be doing stuff with him and I'd break up laughing, in these scenes. It was just, but the point is, doing comedy is much more fun than doing drama. You're actually having fun doing it, just trying to make it funny without, it's not as easy, but it's more fun. It's
Right.
more fun.
Nice and laid back and such.
I
want to let the room before we get on to our segment of the ending of the Friday episode. I want to let the room ask any questions, guys. If you guys have one question, run it at Coach here, and then we'll end up doing the first load because I know, and the reason why I want to hurry this up. Fairy Tale to my left, your guys is right. His baked potato, his lovely woman's birthday is actually today, so he's taking time out of it. He's getting in the doghouse a little bit to do the interviews and such.
Yeah,
So a round of applause for the man, Nick, right here.
I
Nice
love
round, a
being-
little golf clap, little golf clap.
I love being in the
Fuck,
doghouse.
we clapping for him for.
Said love being in the doghouse.
It's all right though.
But you guys have Evan. Do you have a question for Coach here?
Oh, I got one question. So we're on the topic of Thad Castle. Is he as wild outside of the show, like when you guys would go in Montreal, as he is on the show?
No. You know what? Nobody was. We're actors, and
Yeah.
it was heightened reality, and Alan was just very, just a cool, quiet, not quiet, but wasn't anything like his character. I don't want to disappoint you, but he was.
No,
I feel like Sammy would definitely be a part of his character a little bit.
Sammy was probably the closest to his character. He's crazy, you know. He's
big hand job guy.
yeah. Romansky is like, when he was, you know, I mean, he was one of the writers, so you would hope he'd be crazy because he was
Yeah,
crazy.
did you guys know that? We
Yeah.
learned that with Rob. Well, I had no idea. I always saw his name come up. I had absolutely no idea. Did you guys know that
Yeah,
Sammy
you
wrote?
don't watch the postscript?
Yeah, I had no idea that. I was like, I saw it and I go, oh, that looks just like his name. Had no idea that legit was the actor and
Yeah.
that was him. Did you know?
No.
Yeah, you had no
can't tell
idea?
you.
No.
He's double
You
talented.
taught Garrett something. There
guy,
you go.
Guy can act and he can write.
Yeah, I can't tell you why he changed. It's Chris Romano. He went to Romansky, but I guess that's a Hollywood thing. But he and Eric Falconer, who created the show, were very talented. We were lucky. We had a great group of writers who, you know, wrote these scripts that were just. Some of them were, you know, you look back at them and not to sound like, you know, whatever, but it was some funny, clever shit that we did. You know, the word clever is very, it's difficult to achieve. You know, when you're going for cheap laughs, you can do that. But when you do stuff that makes you take a second for it to hit you and see how funny it is, that's clever. And we did some stuff, you know, even looking back at it, that was just, you know, so really genuinely creative, funny.
Man, I'm going to watch this show tonight.
Dude,
Alan was, you know, the pocket pussy thing. I mean, that was genius.
syphilis.
That was the funniest shit that you.
Everybody got syphilis off that
How they
fucking.
came up with that stuff, you know.
Anybody
it's
remember the
amazing.
name?
And the way they approached
Name of
it.
what?
It
The
was
pocket pussy. What was the
really-
pocket pussy's name?
Oh,
It
no.
wasn't gross. It was funny. It was
Does he
just
know?
funny. Anybody would look at
Coach,
it.
Coach, do you know the pocket pussy's name?
No. No.
Anybody? Does anybody?
No.
I don't remember.
Oksana.
Oksana.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
God, guys,
Didn't
get it
didn't
together.
it something to do with Vietnam or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his dad in Vietnam.
Now you see, that's funny shit. That's funny. That, you know, you'd never get away with
That's so
that
good.
today,
The
but
story
that
of his dad in Vietnam ties into a pocket pussy that he passed around the team that he had nightmares about because of the pocket pussy. Because he had to give up that stuff to be number one. Oh, that all of it tied up. It was so well. But no, that's 100% right.
The episode where the coach faints and they have to stick these cold things up his ass. I mean,
Oh yeah, that was your guys'
Oil
what was the gimmick that you guys were trying to do? It was like the when like the Cowboys usually have it every year where they have like the video of it of themselves. It's for like the preseason stuff where they get like the vlog. What is that called? Where the football team gets a video before it. Anybody can help me?
I don't know.
I'm lost.
Okay, it's a whole thing where like the team gets videotaped prior to the season and such. You see their training camp and you see how that is. There's interviews with it.
Preseason photos? Or-
It's something like Hard Knocks. Yes, thank you. It was like a runoff of Hard Knocks for Blue Mountain State, and so you had your guys' interviews of the new coach
we
coming
were
in.
taping the preseason and everything.
Yes, exactly. It was such a good idea that you guys had for that. And I saw that you actually
That's funny stuff, man. You know, it's gonna. You know, it's going to stand the test of time. People are going to always be able to laugh at that shit.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Fuck yeah.
That's a sign of a funny, genuinely funny show.
Right.
I can speak
There'll
for everybody in
always
this
be an
room. Probably
audience
watched
for
it
that.
3,
Even these
4,
young
5
kids.
times.
Easily.
I know kids, you know, my son, he's 9 to 20, but, you know, I have kids coming up to me who are like 14, 15 years old. You know, it's almost like a rite of passage. You know, their older brothers say, "You got to watch this show," and it's like sex education for them.
I've been trying to talk my wife into watching it with me, and she keeps saying no, and I'm like, just do it. I know she's not going to enjoy it, but I'm like, just do it. Come on, please.
No, I know. You know what's funny is, you know, we talk about all the dudes that watch it, but you know, I've had so many girls come up to me, you know, and like freak out when they see me. Oh God, Coach Marty, we love you.
Coach
So
Marty,
it's not just it's
That's so
predominantly
fucking sick.
guys, but there's girls that watch it.
You tell him
I
to get
love
in line, coach.
I love that. Cody Ray, do you got any questions for Coach here?
Yeah. When you got casted the role of Coach Marty, did you look for any of your prior coaches for inspiration? Like, did any of your old
great
coaches
question.
kind of inspire the role that you played?
I heard the question, and you know what? I've told this story before. When I auditioned for the role of Coach Marty, I was the first actor to go in and read for the part, audition for the part. Okay? And, I rehearsed the scenes, and, I went and sat in a room with like 8 people, and I did these auditions. But my inspiration was my high school football coach,
Ooh.
a guy named Emil Karlik. Okay, Emil Karlik he's about 5'9", built like big arms. He played college baseball. He was just a strange dude, man. And I remember we were playing a team my sophomore year in high school. I went to New Milford High School in New Jersey. And we were playing a team, Saddlebrook High School in New Jersey. We were 0-7. And they were 0-7.
Oh, god damn, that's a bad game.
Call that
We
toilet
were
bowl.
both 0-7. And we're in the locker room before the game. And Emil Karlik comes into the locker room. And he goes, "All right, you guys, listen up. We're playing Saddlebrook today. They stink. And you stink. Now we're going to
love it.
see who stinks the most." And I never forgot that speech. It was so, like we were going, ugh. But when I went in to audition for Marty Daniels, I channeled that speech pattern that he had. I remember the first speech I ever did on the show. I go, "Once upon a time, some weak, pathetic pussy coined the phrase, 'winning isn't everything.' Well, I'm not one of those people." And
I fucking love
all
that.
I ever thought about was
Bricked
Emil
up.
I
Karlik.
love that.
And I used that every time I would do a scene. Every time I would do a scene where I would run that through my brain. I would go, "You stink and they stink," and then I would do the scene. I just tried to get this speech pattern that was, and I was successful most of the time. But that
like a
was my
merch line right
inspiration.
there.
He's
stink and
passed away, so he's not going to be offended by that. But
I'd love to see that on some merch or something. Definitely get a T-shirt of that. You stink, they stink. Who stinks the most?
we're going to see who stinks the most.
I love
We
that.
were all excited because we thought we could finally win a game. He sort of took that wind out of our sails when we did that. We ended up winning, but
It made us feel like there was no fucking shot, but
Yeah, we're gonna kick their ass, coach. God damn it!
it's not the way to motivate your team, when you're, haven't won a game yet.
that's so
when
fucking
you're
funny.
talking about, I was like 15 years old.
That's so funny.
I love that. Garrett, do you have a question?
I ain't got nothing. He's already answered everything I was even thinking
I
of,
fucking
dude.
love that. Awesome. You've already filled the bucks of him. Cody Ray, were you done with questions?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nick, you got any questions for Coach here?
Yeah, Ed, I got 2 questions for you. I'll ask the first one because it's pretty simple.
I'm so fucking scared. I'm sorry. Yeah,
How-
every time God damn it.
How do you stay so good looking being at your age? Like, what's that regimen, man? So I can channel that. And, I want I would like, young girls, not, oh God, never mind. Just what's that regimen?
Jail.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
You know what?
Ed is so curious about you, Nick. I know he is. The first thing you asked him was towel whips. The second thing was, how do you look so good so I can pick up young women?
Oh, shit.
I take it as a compliment. I've been kind of lucky because I've been an athlete my whole life, and obviously I trained, when I was a professional athlete, and then when I went to Hollywood, I probably worked out harder as an actor than I did as an athlete.
Oh shit!
You know, when I was playing football, I would, after the season was over, you know, I pretty much took off maybe 2 or 3 months, you know, and I'd play some pickup basketball, but I didn't start training for the next season until literally maybe 8 weeks before the season would start.
Oh man!
You know, so we started in August. I would start to work out in June. You know, and I was partying. I was having a good time.
Oh yeah!
But I never really. But then when my career was over, and I went to Hollywood, I realized early on that they weren't going to hire me because I was Marlon Brando. They were hiring me because I could take my shirt off. And I did more movies where I was the boyfriend. And back in the 80s, there was always these women in peril movies, these TV movies that they were making, and it was always about the girl. And I was the boyfriend.
I'll do it.
You know, I was either the understanding boyfriend or the asshole boyfriend. And it was really fun, but I always had, you know, one scene where I had to take my shirt off. And, you know, it was sort of cheesy, but that's why they were hiring me. So I worked out. I mean, I was ripped, you know. I mean, I was in such good shape. I slimmed down, but I was, you know.
I bet you're still in that shape. Don't downplay yourself like that. I bet you're still hitting the weights and everything.
Oh, you know, but that's my point. You know, it became sort of like a drug for me. And, you know, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but, you know, I've been so used to working out. It's a chemical deal in my body.
Oh, that puts you in a little bit of a bad place. I can see that happening for sure.
If I don't work out for like 2 or 3 days, I start to feel really shitty. So I do it, and I hate it. I hate working out. I mean, I love to golf, but I force myself to work out, and it ain't fun anymore because my body is beat up right now. You know, I think I need everything replaced except my penis.
Pardon?
That still works. We're good.
I guess that brings me to my second question, Ed. Can you take your shirt off? Or will you take your shirt off?
Anymore? No, I don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
He said, I bet that leads me to my second question.
he's not.
He just got done talking about his penis, and then he said, that leads me to my second question. I go, what the fuck are you about to ask?
I know. I was just messing, but I get my second question
done,
is...
baby.
The career is done.
Who would you maybe recommend or want to see be interviewed by us on the podcast next? Like from the Blue Mountain State era?
Well, that's a good question.
You know what? You should probably reach out to Romansky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He would give you some really insight as to, you know...
You think he's still got the mascot outfit?
He's a funny guy. He's still, you know, doing stuff in Hollywood and
Hell yeah,
and staying current. And
Right.
He's a really talented guy. I think.
You think
he would enjoy, and he would probably enjoy doing it. So.
Hell yeah. Do you think he still has that mascot uniform?
I got a funny story, actually.
It's really kind of sad because, you know, I thought we were going to do another 4th season. So I didn't take any of my...
Damn, so nobody got anything because everybody thought that there was going to be some extra?
Yeah, exactly. I would have stolen all kinds of shit had I...
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't take my...
Like that was bedazzled panties.
The visors?
Yeah,
Dude.
I wonder-
how many fucking things you need?
I wonder how many
visors-
people asked him to vajazzle him.
Yeah, dude. That had to be a topic from the women that listen.
Very sad. It was very sad. When I found out we weren't going to do a 4th season, I was really disappointed. I thought it was just bad timing.
That visor would be iconic on the golf course for you.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a need.
Man.
Travis, you got a question?
Taking a one shot on Boogered up, and you have Garrett just speed out of here because he's about to explode from piss. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He's only had one.
Rookie.
It's like a beer and a half, maybe. I mean, golly. I do have one question for you, and then we'll get into our last segment, first loads. We'll wrap that up really quick, and then we'll get Nick out of here so he's not in too much of the doghouse. Do you know the movie Division III Football Finest?
What is it?
Division III Football Finest. It has Andy Dick in it.
No.
Damn. Okay. Oh. So I was going to ask, because Andy Dick kind of resembles a little bit of Marty Daniels a little bit. Maybe he's a little crazier. But I wanted to know, who was the better coach in your opinion? Do you think it was Marty Daniels, or do you think it was Rick Weiss?
Andy Dick, the comedian you're talking about?
Yep. He plays a role in Division III Football Finest, where he's
a Division III head coach.
He's a head coach. He's a Neanderthal. Everybody fired him because of all of his tactics and such, because he would cut off the water at practice and whatever. And he ended up they ended up doing a decent team, I believe. I don't remember the ending of that really too much, but the movie was absolutely fucking hilarious. And I didn't know if you've seen it or by any means know of it. I didn't know if you could compare.
I never heard of it. I never heard of it.
Well, our money right now is on Marty Daniels. Don't let us lie to you. You know, we think you got him.
One day we can talk again, and we're Marty's back on the sideline.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh lordy! All right, I think Garrett, or is that you on the other side of the door? All right, you got done. If you didn't have to pee that bad, if it was only a 2.5 second piss.
Dude's got the bladder.
Run to your chair. Andale.
Dude's got the bladder of a 19-year-old.
You didn't pay for that camera time. Get out of there.
Pee all the time.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
I'm supposed to be the one getting up to pee all the time.
Yeah, I see him just playing solid down there. There you go.
There's a little early stages of ED.
I love it. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap up here after this. All right, let's go. We're gonna go around the room. We're gonna finish it off with Coach here for the First Load Fridays, guys. If you do not know what the First Load Friday is, we will remind you. First Load Friday. You're heading to the bar this weekend. You're heading with your boys. You're about to go drink some beers. You're about to go watch a UFC fight. You're about to go watch a goddamn football, maybe. Football's not on right now, but you can watch the old football games. Or, better yet, sit down with your boys and watch Blue Mountain State.
And get
all right?
fucked up.
But, regardless of it, what the fuck did you just say?
And sit down with the boys and get fucked up.
I thought you said bricked up. I was like,
No.
you're really sus this episode. You know that?
I wonder why we made gay Facebook.
But no, guys. First Load Friday is where we're going to give you that encouragement to get through there. This Friday, you're done with your work week. You're listening to us right now on audio and YouTube. Download us on all the platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Guys, First Load Friday. Cody Ray, you're starting off as usual.
You just got off work, got out of the shower, fire up that grill and throw a big old juicy steak on there.
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
You earned it.
That's a good one.
It's going to get some food in your stomach so you can consume mass amounts of beer
I love that.
and just have a great night.
You get a steak. What is the first side you're going to?
Potatoes.
Baked potato,
Baked
100%.
Potato, 100%.
Loaded. Evan, what is your
No,
First Load
that's
Friday?
That's not. You fucked up the road.
It's all right. The order is here.
All right.
The order is here.
He was tripping out. He said that you took his fucking thing. He wanted a steak, so I helped Garrett out.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Garrett, fucking tell the people. You got a mic in your face, son of a bitch.
Yeah, goddamn. Pussy?
He's just shaking his head. Just because you had to piss doesn't mean you don't have to talk.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cody Ray's just heard that I took his woman in the OnlyFans thing last week, so he had to
Yeah,
take
that's what
mine.
it
That's
was.
fair. That's fair.
probably
that's
moaned-
fair.
Jennifer Aniston, I'm
Evan.
taking your fucking steak.
Evan, you didn't let the people know your First Load Friday last week, so you got to let them know what it is this week.
True. First Load Friday this week. Get off work on a Friday. We're all trying to retire early around here. Toss the ladies' feet pics up online.
Oh, shit. With consent, though. With consent?
No consent.
No consent, Evan.
We're trying to be secret millionaires over here.
I like it.
With the feet? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get in
Prenups
trouble
only,
with,
huh?
I feel like you can get in trouble with the feet pics without consent.
Why?
Evan.
Why?
Why?
You're selling their body. Is that your... Dude. Oh, God. We'll get into that in another episode. I saw an interview from a dude, fucking buck wild. This dude's a maniac. He was saying some wild shit about how 100% of OnlyFans profit from his lady goes to him because he's not going to sell out his market and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is
Word.
happening? No, that's not a good mindset. You're a trip,
Garrett,
dude.
you're up, Chief.
You're a trip.
Communism.
Garrett, what's your first load Friday, man? You're a fucking idiot.
I'm still thinking.
You're
dog.
still thinking? Do you need Nick to go? Come on,
Dude, I
princess.
had that shit wrote down.
This is
You're
why we come
terrible.
around to
2
the
days
table
ago.
and we tell each other our first
You're
load
a
Fridays prior.
cocksucker. I
What's
got
yours?
you. So, all right. You can't be raw dogging these randoms no more.
There's no way that we're doing raw dog and random 3 weeks in a row.
No, dude, you just can't raw dog randoms no more. You can't go out there and just.
Nick doesn't imply anything. God damn
No,
it.
okay,
What's
raw-
your first load Friday? Go.
All right, so you're gonna go home and you're gonna start that lawnmower, that brand new lawnmower you just got, and you're gonna mow the fucking yard so you can get some ass on a Friday night.
Oh my god.
Does getting the yard work help anybody with getting that?
don't
Absolutely,
know.
the yard looks a lot better. How do you not get booty when your yard looks terrible?
Coach is like fair.
No, I looked up and saw Coach. Coach looked at his wife and was like, "Can you help? Can you help with that?" Look at this. What a
sir.
round of applause!
He must have
Round
mowed
of
the grass
applause.
He must mow the yard.
I love it.
You just mowed the yard, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
He's just drinking. He goes, "Yup, most certainly." Garrett, do you have anything still?
Yes, I do. You want to make up to your lady for what Evan just said? Take her out on a date.
Oh,
she
my.
might forget about it.
You're a loser.
she might forget
You're
about
a
it.
loser.
Yeah, you're
Might.
a loser.
Boring.
Oh yeah, don't buy Twisted Teas either because you probably moan when you wipe your ass.
That's
Yeah.
terrible take because Twisted Teas
Yeah,
are
Twisted Teas are
undefeated.
great. You can shotgun
No.
Twisted Teas with no carbonation because there's no problem with it.
can
Watch
smack
your
people
mouth,
in the-
Nick.
I
That's
would
strike
rather
one.
drink a
No.
Smirnoff.
That's
than
strike
Twisted
one.
Tea.
Wow. Oh, wow. We're
I'd
getting
rather
crazy
be
over
iced
here.
than drink it.
Yeah.
Guys, my first load Friday is definitely going to be something that you can
moan
look
when they
forward
wipe
to in the
their
future.
ass.
What?
I said, you guys moan when you wipe your ass.
Every day.
Something
What?
you look forward to in the future is my first load Friday, guys. So when you're getting on there, you know it's Prime weekend, it's Prime next couple days.
Yeah.
But order yourself something for pre-order. Get yourself something that you'll get in a couple months and you'll forget about it. So you know what you can do? You can treat yourself in a couple months. You don't even remember it. And you get that present and you're like,
Oh
"Thanks,
yeah.
me. Thanks, me. I appreciate
Oh, I like
that.
that. I like
I just
that.
did this.
You just did that? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I need to fucking do that. I'm
All
gonna
right,
pre-order a
Coach,
kitchen set.
last but not least, what is your first load Friday?
Well, I'm headed to New Jersey tomorrow.
Okay.
Back to see the fam.
Jersey Shore. So come Friday, I'm going to be eating cherry stone clams on the half shell.
Oh
With a
shit.
Beautiful bottle of Pinot Grigio.
Oh, a little Pinot
God
Gris.
damn,
God, I
I'm
love a little
sweating.
Pinot Gris.
God, he's got swagger too.
With all due respect, I haven't mowed my own fucking lawn in 50 years.
Ah, that's the yes, sir. That's the most disrespectful flex I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my fucking god. And so we're ending this off and I'm going to flex on
Hell yeah,
everybody.
fuck
Sir.
I fucking love that, guys. Thank you so much. And everybody,
Yeah.
round of applause for Ed.
Thank
Joining
you,
us
Ed.
on the Boogered Up.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank you
your
so
time.
much for joining us tonight. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media platforms. They can keep in touch.
What you
by any
got going
means.
on in your life? Let the
Yeah,
people
what's going
know.
on
Plug
too?
them in.
What's happening in the future?
You know what? I'm just, I've come to the conclusion that I did a movie that's going to be released next year, a holiday movie, like one of those Hallmark movies. It's called Unicorn for Christmas. Kind of corny, but, it was fun.
My parents will watch it.
I've come
I
to
will
the
watch
realization that the concept of work is more exciting than actually doing it. It's hard, man. The older you get, it really sucks being on like a location and staying in a hotel. When I was a young single guy, I'd be picking up waitresses and shit. But now, being a happily married guy, it's boring, man. You just you sit at a bar, eat by yourself, and try to make conversation with people who really don't want to even talk to you. It's not that much fun anymore.
Right.
So anyway, I moved from Los Angeles to Charleston, South Carolina, 11 years ago. And when I did that, it kind of made it a little more difficult for me to work. But you know what? I didn't want to live in Los Angeles anymore.
Makes sense.
It was worth the sacrifice, and I still, I get opportunities to work, but I'm a man of leisure, babe. I like to eat, drink, and play golf.
I love it.
Love that.
Go
Same.
fishing,
That sounds like Boogered Up right there. So you're part of you're a boogaholic is what we're getting at. I think at the end of this episode we can understand that Ed is a boogaholic. Well, Ed, we appreciate you very much for joining on tonight.
Appreciate
guys,
your time so much.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm sure hopefully we'll have an occasion to do this again when I have something relevant to talk about. So
Absolutely.
Oh, you always have something relevant to talk about. Don't you worry.
You always
I
have a
love it.
spot here, man. I'm
Hey,
letting you know.
well, you leaked a little something crazy on the Boogered Up podcast, so maybe after that, maybe during that, maybe we can get you on the little conversation.
I just as long as it's not about a divorce, we'll come back.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
All right, I love that, guys. This is Boogered Up. We'll be signing off. Catch you on Monday. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Download us all on platforms. Rate us 5 stars. Do everything you need to do. It's Friday, right? This is Friday.
Sir.
Catch us on the fucking stories because we're about to go absolutely fucking crazy. Cody Ray, me, and Nick, we're heading out to goddamn Minnesota. The boys on Tap podcast
Yes, sir.
are going to have us. They're inviting us over. We're going to be doing that whole thing. We're going to be recording an episode with them, shooting a bunch of content. It'll be up on the stories. We'll be doing videos galore. It'll be awesome. And
Great time.
dude, we just had fucking Ed on, man. What a great time. We'll catch you guys on Monday, though.
Go Goats.
Go
Go
Goats,
Goats.
everybody. Go Goats.
Shut up!
Baby.